Shalom, everyone. This is Amir Tsarfati. I am live from my office here in Galilee with some breaking news of what happened in the last less than 20 hours. And I'm going to wait a few more minutes, actually seconds. We're going to have to start early for you guys to connect. And we'll talk about some breaking news, major news, big thing that happened, and all is about Iran. Okay, it's all about Iran. It's quite phenomenal what has happened in the last few days, especially last night. In fact, early this morning, and a very, very, very interesting week is ahead of us. We're almost halfway into it, and it's just getting better and better. So I'll wait just a few more seconds. People ask me to wait a few more seconds so they can connect. And then again, breaking news. So let me start by saying that last night, in fact, early this morning at around 2:30 a.m., huge blast in the engine room of Iran's largest naval ship. The Navy of Iran has some very old ships, and the biggest one, in fact, they say that it's the biggest ship in Western Asia. That's what they say. 33,000 tons, over 200 meters long. It's a huge ship, and a big explosion took place. In fact, when the sun came up, that's how it looked like. I mean, the whole thing was just burning. The crew tried to put out this fire. It couldn't. They evacuated, and the big ship started sinking, and it's gone. And all of that off the coast of Oman, all of that near the Straits of Hormuz. This is a huge blow to the Iranians. They do not admit that it must have been some sort of a sabotage or foreign entity that took care of business there. They say that it's let me tell you what they say. One of Iran's largest Navy ship has sunk after catching fire near the Straits of Hormuz under, look what they say, unclear circumstances. The name of the ship, the Kharj, named after the island nearby that serves as a key oil terminal. It caught fire in the early hours of Wednesday, local time, and more. So, ladies and gentlemen, unclear circumstances. Let's make it very clear. Just about a month ago, Israel hit another Iranian Revolutionary Guard ship in the Red Sea called Saviz. It was, something else. And this one, right off the coast of Iran itself, the largest ship that had cannons, it had some very, very expensive systems that Iran put on it. It's a logistical military ship that has also helipad there. And it's an old one. It was actually ordered from the United Kingdom by the Iranian Shah in 1977. Then the Islamic Revolution happened, and of course Khomeini took over, and Iran only received it in 1984. And since then, it's been fixed and upgraded and many other things. But this ship is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Iran's largest naval ship, and I'm talking about military ship, had sunk into the ocean, the waters of the Persian Gulf. What a humiliation! Think about it. Now, this is something that took place a day. By the way, if you want to see a video of what it looked like, it's bad quality, but that's what it is. All right. So again, sorry, it's not the best video, but somebody took it as he was driving in Iran. It's crazy. The Iranians could see their biggest ship sinking. And you need to understand, folks, this is a bad day, but it came after another bad day. Yesterday, an F-5 old plane, American-made, from the late 1950s that Iran, the Shah, bought. Two pilots flew the F-5 and crashed. Yesterday, they crashed again. These are very old equipments, and from the West. They don't buy those anymore because the West is not selling them that anymore. And it's just falling apart. That military, they always put up this facade of the most advanced and the most greatest and all that. But in the big equipment, they're still way behind. And apparently that's what happened. So again, big news. Someone made sure that a huge explosion will rock the engine room of the biggest naval ship of the Iranian Navy, and it burned all night from 2:30 a.m. all the way. And early this morning, as the sun was rising, the ship started sinking, and it's gone. And again, this is the largest ship Iran ever had. This is not the first time someone is taking care of business against Iranian naval ships. Again, Saviz, if you remember, a few weeks ago was attacked, most likely by Israeli commando, and it is it's unable to be used right now. It's not usable right now, and that was the biggest thing. Now, make no mistake, the Iranians didn't rest for a second, and they're still having their thing going on. Now, there are two Iranian ships on their way to Venezuela, and we know that because America is looking at it. The U.S. is monitoring Iranian warships that may be headed to Venezuela. But I reported here a few weeks ago that at least one of them, when it was docking at the Bandar Abbas port, we took a satellite photo of it. And that Markan ship, look, we magnified what was on board that ship. Beside the helipad, there are some very fast, small boats that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is using. Now, why would that ship go all the way to Venezuela with this type of cargo? We believe, by the way, the cargo there is way beyond these boats. We believe that the boats are just on top, but there's probably also missiles and rockets. And I'm telling you, America, look, we've got our own problems with Iran, but why would they go all the way to Venezuela? So there's an interesting thing. Again, breaking news. A few hours ago, Iran's biggest naval ship had sunk, and it's gone. And it's a huge blow to the image of the Iranian Navy and to the actual functionality of it. Last thing I want to say before we end up this short breaking news thing. Last thing, and it's huge as well. The meeting in Europe, in Vienna, that's the fifth round of talks between the Iranians and Germany, France, Britain, Russia, and China, the P5. And China, of course. The meeting failed. The parties went back home. There is no nuclear deal on the table. And let me explain why. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, they found uranium in several sites that the Iranians never reported, never disclosed that they have uranium there. And now everybody understands that what Israel claimed for the longest time, that Iran is deceiving the whole world, they understand it's true. They understand that. I mean, in fact, there is a report from this morning that Iran most likely has enough uranium, enough nuclear material for 3 bombs already. And what we need to do now is to stop them from being able to make a warhead on a rocket, on a missile that can reach Europe or Israel or even America. And I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Israeli Mossad changed chiefs, changed commanders. The Yossi Cohen is the one who gave the Iranians a huge headache. He just stepped down. and the new one, David Barnea. And this is what the new Mossad chief said yesterday. Look what he said. He said, even as it negotiates, Iran is still working towards the dream of nukes. They're deceiving the whole world, and Israel is determined to take care of business. If that's not enough, Netanyahu added yesterday that Israel would risk friction with the United States over Iran. The rhetorics are getting higher and higher and higher. My point is, no wonder why the defense minister of Israel was urgently summoned to DC tomorrow to somehow resolve. I think America is trying to push Israel not to do anything before the Vienna talks will be officially over. And I need you to understand this is exactly the same thing that the 44th president did to Israel when we were on our way already to hit the Iranian nuclear program. And we could have had it gone, but the 44th did not allow us. 45th, of course, took the initiative to take care of business himself, of course, and Israel proved to him, of course, that the archive of Iranian nuclear programs proves that it was a military program, it was for a bomb, it's not for civilian energy and all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, the tension level between Israel and Iran is skyrocketing. What happened just a few hours ago, Israel, well, I'm not going to say Israel, someone took care of business in the engine room of Iran's largest naval ship, and it is gone. It has sunk into the waters of the Persian Gulf, off the coast of Oman. This is such a humiliation for the Iranians to see their pride of their navy is just sinking, burning and then sinking. And they worked all night long trying to put out the fire. They couldn't. And of course, it's gone. So I just want you to understand, if yesterday they lost a jet, today they lost their biggest boat, and this is not the first time. And the Iranian Navy, over the last 2 years, in fact, a year and a half, from 2020 and now into 2021, the Iranian Navy had some major blows, and this is the last one from just a few hours ago. Major, big news, breaking news. Just wanted you to know that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be here giving you the Middle East update on how close are we to Gog and Magog. And that is, of course, tying into the tension between Israel and Iran, Israel and Turkey, and what is going on exactly in Syria with the Russians, as some heavy bombers just landed in Syria a few days ago. And so all of that, we're going to talk about Gog and Magog. We're going to try and understand why Gog and Magog is not only in Ezekiel, but also in Revelation. Or is it the same or a different war? We'll clarify everything tomorrow. Tune in 8 p.m. Israel time, 10 a.m. California time. You do the math for the rest of you guys. It's all on our website, beholdisrael.org. You can see the clock, the countdown, so you know exactly when it will be. Okay, please share this video on YouTube and Facebook with as many people as you can. These news will probably not make it to you on a regular, channels of the mainstream media. Again, breaking news, the biggest boat of Iran's Navy is no longer there. Big explosion in the engine room. Fire was all around, and all night long they tried to put it out. And early this morning, the big ship sunk into the waters of the Persian Gulf. It is gone. Of course, U.S. is monitoring 2 boats, Iranian boats that are on their way to Venezuela. That's the headache of this administration in the United States. And we're also talking about the Vienna talk that failed. There is no deal yet. Iran is extremely frustrated. Let's see what's going to happen, okay? Thank you. God bless you. Share this video. And listen, if you want to know what's going on, download Telegram. Join my channel there. I've got, 94,000 subscribers. Folks, that's the only way I can report things without being censored by big tech. You see, Telegram, it's my answer. I can post, I can share, I can give you videos, photographs, information, everything, even audio messages, everything. So Telegram, download Telegram Messenger and find Amir Tsarfati with 94,000 subscribers. That's my channel. Join and you'll get news. Thank you. God bless you. And shalom from Galilee. Bye-bye.